So we
Right.
are.
Here we are cooking again.
Do you know what one of the bits of feedback?
This can be one
do you
of
know
our
one of the bits of feedback?
disasters.
Do you know one of the? Do you know
What?
one of the bits of feedback
No,
that we
tell
always
me.
get is that every time I talk, she talks over me.
Oh my goodness.
So this is Charles II's recipe for curing a cold. It's got all these kind of exotic ingredients, and it's full of things that cost a lot of money, and you pay like $10 for a single bar.
It's got very
so
good
we're
handwriting.
not promising, like certain presidents, that this is a miracle cure for all viruses.
Okay.
But
let's not get political here.
could
No,
be
oh.
a COVID cure, couldn't it?
No,
Carrot,
this is big.
crusty bread.
I'm going to put
coffee,
a big disclaimer
juniper.
on this. Please consult your doctor first.
I know that you're all about balls with your jug balls, but this is about creating bars. There's a name for this piece of equipment, isn't there? It's a chip shifter.
Well, you've got to say that very, very careful.
What if you say chip shifters 5 times quite fast? Do you think you can manage that? Chip shifter, chip shifter, chip.
Yeah.
It's a bit risky, isn't it?
Bit risky.
Welcome to Mapperton, our family home and estate in Dorset in the southwest of England.
Julie and I took over running Mapperton a few years ago from my parents, the Earl and Countess of Sandwich.
It's a lot of work, but also a lot of fun. This place is full of fascinating stories, extraordinary people, and endless repairs.
So please join our family on this journey of a lifetime as we put all our efforts into preserving this magnificent part of England's heritage.
It's funny how everything, when I see anything that comes out from the page is something to do with royalty. I'm like, the king. The king.
Some people might say that Julie has a particularly strong interest in royalty.
Well, I do
You are a royal
commentate.
correspondent,
I mean,
aren't you?
I comment.
She
A
is
royal commentator, I should say, but
so
a royal
when,
commentator.
So when she sees a journal like this one, now this is the journal of the first Earl of Sandwich. It's volume 9, and it's 1668 to 1669. And you turn the pages of the journal,
I get so nervous.
quite often there are words that jump out, and the word that jumped out for you was
The king.
the king. So we're in 1669. Which English king do you think we have on the throne at that point?
1669.
Yeah,
So we've got Charles II.
Charles II.
Yeah, I did know that.
Exactly.
There
Now-
we go. So it's the restoration.
So it's the restoration. Charles II has been brought back by my ancestor, the first Earl of Sandwich. And the first Earl of Sandwich is very close to the king. What I was doing this morning was leafing through to see what I could find. And I came across this. And I thought it was particularly apt. So I'm going to read from the journal.
Okay.
The king, my master, told me the very best recipe he knew in order to get away, in other words, to cure a cold.
Oh my goodness.
So this is Charles II's recipe
No.
for curing a cold.
No.
Not to sup, meaning don't eat it. So it's not a meal,
He's good at interpreting.
but to eat a crust of bread. Do you know what? He's talking about a crust of bread, and this is the first Earl, not the fourth Earl of Sandwich. So, so an early
So it's
bread
already
recipe. The
seeded in.
Exactly.
Seeded in the first
The
Earl.
idea of bread, the importance of bread, was already there 100 years earlier. A crust of bread and drink half a pint of good Bordeaux claret wine. Half a pint, that's pretty much a bottle, isn't it?
That is.
And from there go to bed. So
Yep.
crust of bread, bottle of claret, into bed, and then in the morning to take a draught of coffee with a spoonful of
Juniper water in it. I can actually read this.
juniper water.
He's got very
So
good
we're
handwriting.
not promising, like certain presidents, that this is a miracle cure for all viruses.
Okay.
But
let's not get political here.
But that's a cold recipe. We haven't got colds, so we don't really need to try
I mean, I
that
had
one
COVID,
today.
But we didn't. If,
Well, that might.
I know that might have helped.
Could be a COVID cure, couldn't it?
No,
Claret,
this is big.
crusty bread.
I'm going to put
coffee,
a big disclaimer
juniper.
on this. Please consult your doctor first.
Okay.
Right?
All right, but
Not us, and not the first Earl of Sandwich.
anyway, I thought that what we might do though was to turn the page and see
it's
if we
beautiful
could find
writing.
something that we could
I'm not even
make.
watching this.
And we want to try and include some recipes that are derivative of ancient recipes or recipes that we've got in journals here. Obviously, we've done before the hot chocolate recipe, we've done the ice cream recipe. We're going to try and do variations of those in the cafe. But really what we need is a cake recipe. So imagine how pleased I was when I turned the page of the journal and I discovered here how to make, wait a minute, here followeth the king's recipe for which he gave 200 guineas. So Charles II would pay a fortune for good recipes. I think if you were Jamie Oliver or some prominent chef in those days, all you didn't have to make it.
This is unbelievable.
You just handed the king the recipe and he would pay you.
Oh, right,
This recipe is to make what I think is a
brown cake.
Well, you say it's a brown cake. I think it says leaven cake. But leaven cake would have yeast, I think. But anyway, so this cake has the following ingredients. Jamaica pepper.
Yeah, we've used that before in the hot chocolate recipe.
Cinnamon.
It must have been popular. Yep.
Aniseed. Cardamom. And guinea pepper.
What's guinea pepper?
And what it says is that all of these are to be added to the nuts of cacao nuts. I think that means coconuts. Cacao nuts. The nuts must be ground by themselves.
Okay.
And then put all of these things
into
the nuts whilst they are hot. And work them very well, which probably means mix. And when it is looks like groovy. But
so thorough.
do you think he used the word groovy?
No.
I don't know.
When it is so wrought.
Rough.
He says wrought.
Wrought. So wrought. Great. Well spotted. Well done. Put it into a pan until it be cold and hard, and take it out of the pan and wrap up in paper, and then put it in some dry places,
and it will
keep a
great while.
Do you know what I think this is? I think this is an early recipe for a protein bar. So should we go and give this a go?
Yeah, let's go give it a go.
Who's in charge? Who's head chef?
You are, because you found it.
Do you think?
It's your,
So
it's your ancestor.
I can boss you around
You
the
will
kitchen.
one day be the Earl of Sandwich. I just feel it all links together, and I'll just be your sous chef.
Okay, I'm going to boss her around in the kitchen, which will give me great pleasure.
Okay, very funny.
Here we go.
Please help support this important part of England's heritage by becoming a patron at patreon.com/Mapperton Live.
So we're here just as some chip is being delivered, which is really important because the chip keeps the biomass going and that keeps us warm in all the houses. So Raymond, tell us what's happening.
40 cubic meters of chips, which is approximately 7 tons in weight. He ups it into the trough, which augers it into the silo there.
There's a name for this piece of equipment, isn't there? It's a chip shifter.
Well, you've got to say that very, very careful.
You
shifter,
do?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just a continuous auger.
what if you say chip shifters 5 times quite fast? Do you think you can manage that? Chip shifter, chip shifter, chip.
Yeah.
It's a bit risky, isn't it?
Bit risky.
Yeah.
See on film.
You don't want to get your hands caught in there, do
You
you?
don't want to get anything in there, Luke.
No,
Not
no
at all.
part of you whatsoever. Stay well clear.
Otherwise you go home in a bag.
You go in a bag. It'd be that bad, would it? So we're now in the chip store, and the chips are coming through up over the top, and they're being delivered from the top of the roof where the auger drops them down. And Raymond has this enormous paddle. And Raymond, it's a bit like
Mind, you mustn't touch the auger, otherwise it'll send you and the thing down across the field.
Will it?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a risky job. All
Yeah,
right.
we only got to go so high.
So I only go so high, but what I'm doing is I'm shifting it over a bit. Am I? Is that what I'm trying to do?
Yeah.
So that it's not backing up. Raven, you and I have done a piece on this boiler before where we've kind of stoked the fire.
Yeah.
That's kind of the back end, isn't it? This is the beginning of the process. The only time I feel a bit sorry for you, well, I feel sorry for you sometimes when it's blowing a gale and you're out fixing something, but is when we've got a lot of activity, burning a lot of chip, and Raymond's having to calculate in his head, when shall I get the next
Yeah, that's
truck?
the trouble, because there's a time lag from when I order it until we get it,
Yeah.
because it's about 5 days, and you've got to sort of think ahead, 5 days.
You're not having any sleepless nights over that,
No,
are
I
you?
don't have sleepless nights.
You
I
don't have sleepless
No,
nights.
I
We
don't.
know that about Raymond. He is a
Just hit the pillow and go.
hit the pillow and go.
Yeah.
Right. We might leave you with your paddle.
Yeah.
And
So our shipment of Le Chameau boots have just arrived, and Le Chameau is one of our sponsors of Mapperton Live, and they are just absolutely brilliant wellies. And I think in America you do say rain boots, but they're different. They're also sort of different from rain boots. That way they're wellies, like they're super stylish, they're super warm, right, Charlotte? Yeah. So everybody at Mapperton is getting their pair. Charlotte, is your pair in here as well somewhere?
Somewhere, yes.
Somewhere. So we're just gonna get Emma's pair, cafe manager, Emma's pair ready, because I'm heading over there to check up how everything's going for preparations over in the cafe, because tomorrow is another winter wellness day. And Charlotte, this will be our second one. Charlotte's amazing at helping me organize them.
The second one, yes.
Second one, and they're just always selling out.
Always selling out. They've got waiting lists.
They have waiting lists, yeah. So Winter Wellness Day, and it's just an amazing day. You would have seen from a previous episode that we've done. Wow, look at all these boots. So do you know which one are hers?
So Emma,
Look at this.
which ones are mine?
Yeah, which ones are yours? That's the
These
most.
ones, because I've got short ones.
Oh, let me see your short ones. Oh my gosh, I love them. Look what
with short
Charlotte
legs.
got. They're so cute.
Yeah.
Le Chameau, everybody. These are amazing. I might have to get these next. I love those. Okay.
There's so many boxes, but I think those are Emma's.
Okay, because every person who works at Mapperton is getting their pair of Le Chameaux today. Is that right?
Yeah.
Look at Emma, super smart. Look at this. So super smart. These are just the wellies to have.
Yeah.
They really are. Definitely. I mean, they're amazing. Okay, should I take these over to Emma?
Yeah.
Is that all right, Charlotte?
Yeah, go for
And
it.
then I'll come back and talk to you about, we're all good for tomorrow, Winter Wellness Day.
all good.
Yeah, and Charlotte's
Already.
amazing because she helps organize everything with my yoga as well. Charlotte works at Mapperton here, as you guys know. She does all the events and she does the marketing, but she also helps me one day a week with all of my yoga as well. So if you want to check out Whole Self Yoga, go to patreon.com/Whole Self, and that is my Patreon site for just my yoga, meditation, inspirational readings, all that good stuff. Anyway, perfect. I'll bring this over to Emma. Amazing. Thanks, Charlotte. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I'm coming to check in on how's everything going for the Wellness Day tomorrow, but I'm also bringing gifts.
You do bring gifts.
I do bring big
Exciting
gifts.
looking gifts.
Who doesn't like large gifts?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So top one, Poppy, is yours. Thank you. Wow. And Emma, this is
I don't want to get beetroot
can't-
on it.
So I'm just going to open it up for you.
Thank you.
So you can see, and then we'll talk food. So here we are.
Oh, look at them.
There you go.
Oh, look at
There you go.
Nice. Aren't they
There you
posh?
go. They are. There you go. Le Chameau.
Check
All
us
for you.
out.
I know, right?
We're going to be the best booted workforce.
The best food in the
endorse
States.
it. Love it.
Exactly. All right. I'll just stick these
Love it.
to one side here. Poppy, are those the right size?
Yeah, I think so.
I think they're
Pretty good. 41.
41. Yeah. Okay. Great. 41. Okay. Great.
Yeah, she's
Awesome.
got big feet, our Poppy.
So-
haven't
I know you're very tall. So this smells lovely, but I know it's probably the balsamic that I'm smelling.
you? Yeah, this is this beetroot. It's just such a lovely colour, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just been cut. So yeah, it's balsamic beetroot. We're about to roast that off, and you're having a beetroot hummus tomorrow.
Yeah. So we are. It's another Winter Wellness Day.
Yes.
They have been huge. Well, this is our second one, but the first one was sold out with a waiting list. And then COVID happened, so a couple people had to cancel. So I think the first one we had 18. We were supposed to have 20, but tomorrow we're having 22 because we're still in the middle of COVID and some people, so I just thought, and we can go over 22 because now we don't have to social distance either.
But I hope the weather stays like this for you tomorrow. It's absolutely, it's warm and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It looks gorgeous. We went for a walk in the gardens and they just look lovely.
I know, lovely. All right, so we've got a beetroot hummus tomorrow.
Yep.
What else?
Very good question. Where's my menu? It's over here.
Here we go. Here.
It's under there, second pad.
Oh, wow. Yummy. All right, you read it off.
So we've got quinoa, black beans and sweet potato, a
Yummy.
beetroot hummus, black rice with tomatoes, pomegranate and watercress, carrots and cucumber pickle,
Oh, I love that.
roasted fennel and roasted squash, and then this one I'm looking forward to, red cabbage, edamame beans, carrot and sesame seeds.
Yummy.
Yeah, I know.
This is amazing.
And you've got some exciting puddings coming up.
Yeah. So tell me, okay, then we've got the green smoothie.
Yep.
So when everybody arrives for the day, they arrive, I kind of have to give a talk on how the day is going to go, and we do a green, did we do the green smoothie in the hall last?
Yes,
yeah,
we
did. We
did.
do. So we do it in the hall, so we do it in the 17th century hall, so everybody can kind of see that. I give a little tour of the house, because everybody wants to do a tour, so we do a quick tour of the house, and then we start our day after that. So then tell me about the pudding. Oh, well, the smoothie, by the way, if you're wondering, is apple, cucumber, celery, spinach, and mint.
Yes, should
Yummy.
be nice and zingy and refreshing
Yummy.
because it's the start of the day. You want everyone to feel good. But yeah, pudding-wise, you're going to have, because we've got one gluten-free person, and it's very easy when you're doing something like this to make it all gluten-free.
Yes.
So we're doing gluten-free almond cakes with a raspberry compote and flaked almonds.
Incredible.
And
I'm hungry.
then for tea, you've got vegan chocolate truffles. We hope, if they work.
That's so exciting.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's easy to make really nice things vegan, and if you can make them vegan,
That's right.
Why not make them vegan?
So we will be doing also another update because we are how many weeks away from opening, which is crazy, even though it's
very
January.
close.
We're very,
Very
close.
close.
What, 6, 7?
Yeah, about 6 weeks.
6 weeks from opening, and we're changing up quite a bit here, aren't we? But we're going to save that for another episode. But we're changing up some of the menu items.
Yep.
And we're changing up the shop.
Yep.
To more local artisans. But we're gonna.
It's going to be a very busy 6 weeks.
Yeah,
basically.
very busy 6 weeks.
But it's exciting. It is exciting, and especially on a day like today when it's really sunny, it feels all very kind of exciting at the moment. And
the 6 weeks will go like that.
Yes, it will.
So all right, great. Thank you both so
quite
much.
all right.
And enjoy your wellies.
Oh yeah,
And
no, I'm going to go down to the beach
good.
with them now.
Perfect. And I'm going to see you tomorrow. See you both tomorrow.
Yes.
Bye.
See you later.
If you would like to help support this important part of England's heritage, please become a patron at patreon.com/Mapperton Live. So we are.
Here we are cooking again.
Do you know one of the bits of feedback?
Do you know one of the bits of feedback?
Do you know one of the bits of feedback that we always get? Is that every time I talk, she talks over me.
Oh my gosh, we
It
do
is
get
true.
that all the time.
Yeah. So
should I just stay
do you know
silent
what?
the whole time? Should I just sit here?
I am the chef today. You've told me that I can be the chef. That means I'm in charge.
We do really get that.
No, because I'm talking. You see.
We can.
You can't help it, can you? She just can't help it. Okay. I'm going to give her very clear instructions, and the first instruction is don't talk, don't speak until you're spoken to. Oh, you're putting your hand up. Have you got something to say? No, just hold on.
Right.
Before you do that, so I'm going to get a whole minute of just me. This is great. I'm really enjoying. It's so quiet. It's so peaceful in here.
Okay, I'm just going to say something now. I want comment down below because we do get some comments saying Julie interrupts him all the time. So I'm going to not say anything for the most of this, and you tell me down below if you prefer this version where I don't really speak very much, or if you like it when I'm just like myself and I interrupt him from. Yep.
The key thing is we're here to make something really important, and what we're making is a cake. It's Charles II's cake recipe, except it's not really a cake. It's like one of those kind of protein bar things, one of those things you buy in really expensive organic Whole Foods shops, you know, and it's like, it's got all these kind of exotic ingredients and it's full of things that cost a lot of money and you pay like $10 for a single bar. You used to make things like this, didn't you? Do you remember? Julie actually once had a business and it was called Jub Balls. And they were little packed balls full of, what were they? What was in your Jub Balls? You can speak now.
Oh, they were Julie's Unbelievable Balls, and they had like 5 ingredients. And some of them had like goji berries, chia seeds, baobab, cacao.
Yeah. And how did that go? Did they sell well?
Yeah, they went really, really well.
They did go really well. In fact, I remember you making them in a big kitchen near us, and we had to go and pick them up, put them all, and then deliver.
I would cycle around London delivering them for a year and a half.
Anyway, we are back.
I'll go back to this.
We are no.
Oh, am I loud? So
no, not all the time. Not all the time. Right, back to the recipe. So remember that the key ingredients for this, in fact, we've had to make some substitutions. You know how it goes. You do your best efforts to find everything that you can, but alas, some 17th century recipes just refer to ingredients that are really quite hard to find. So going down the list, the first thing that we were supposed to find was Jamaica pepper. And Jamaica pepper actually, it turns out, is the same as allspice.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So we've got some allspice there.
Great.
Okay. Cinnamon.
Here.
We've got some ground cinnamon. Aniseed. Now, you know what? We
don't.
should be able to have aniseed, and of course we can get aniseed locally, but we happen not to have any in the spice rack. So I have substituted with
star anise,
which is not a million miles.
Right.
What do you think of that substitution?
Good substitution. Happy with that.
Next up, we've got cardamom. And the last thing that we've got is something that we just don't have, which is guinea pepper. And guinea pepper, I think, is a West African spice, and it can mean 3 or 4 different spices. So even if we had the right spice, we probably wouldn't have the right spice.
We can't just use regular pepper.
No, it's nothing.
Okay.
No, I think it's a much more of a spice than
like
a pepper.
Jamaica pepper.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
right.
and then added to these are coconut. And so what we have got here, and the coconut must be ground. So we have got ground desiccated coconut, but because it's desiccated, we need to put some of the oil back. Otherwise, it's not going to compact.
I agree. Well, can't we just use the oil?
So this is coconut oil.
Yeah, I would just use this. Not
No. I mean,
right.
if you were the chef today, you'd be allowed to make that decision. But since you're just the sous chef, you need to follow my instructions, and it might turn out disastrously.
Okay,
but let's
so what
see.
do we need to do?
Okay, so here's your instruction. Instruction is to get the pan. We're going to put, and in terms of quantities, I would say it's not entirely clear. Something like half an ounce. Can't be half an ounce. It must be just a tiny. You know what? We're just going to do this by feel. What? Do you know what? We're not going to go.
Ounces there.
Well,
half
it does.
Ounce, 1
yeah,
ounce.
but look, it has a 0 before it, and then it doesn't say a 1, does it? It has like an L. You know what? My experience with recipes is you just sort of.
Yeah, that's why his mulled wine was
awful. You know what? It wasn't awful at all.
Yeah,
it turned out deliciously. So, starting off with the oil, because we've got to heat the pan.
I would put all that oil in.
So, what? No. We're not going to put all the oil in. Because we only, I think, need enough.
Oh, you're only going to make,
to create some oil for the coconut.
Okay, keep going
so
over there.
So while you're doing that, we've also got to mix these seeds. Yes, grind the seeds. So we've got to hang on a second. Don't you normally, when you're a chef, like an important chef, you give instructions and people wait for the instructions before they just go ahead and but you just
because I used to make jub balls.
This is bringing Julie back to her jub ball days. Right, well, while you're doing that, I'm going to start mixing some of the coconut. It's slowly melting.
I think we should add some chocolate in it, personally.
No, Julie, well, that's what I was thinking. Is there any kind of, twist that we want to give this ourselves? What about a bit of vanilla, or what about a bit of sugar? Okay, well, I tell you what, you're in charge of the quantities.
Well, that needs to melt.
Yeah, well, it's slowly melting.
Okay, I'm going to do.
Well.
It's like a 1/4 teaspoon is what I'm putting in of anybody who I'm quite hopeful about this now. I did a 1/4 teaspoon of the allspice.
Do you know
1/4
what?
teaspoon of the cinnamon.
Already smelling.
It's this.
Delicious.
Smell that. That's what the
What
cardamom and the star anise.
Oh my goodness.
Together, it actually smells delicious.
Is that all going in?
Yeah, that's going to go in.
Okay.
I'm going to give it
I think I should put a bit more coconut in. Because,
Really? No, 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 no.
yeah, I think definitely.
No, I don't think so.
No, I think it definitely
No,
will.
I
just
really
definitely
don't
will.
think
Just
so.
put a bit
No,
more
no,
on.
oh my gosh. Okay, it's really coconutty.
I'm slightly concerned about the temperature of this, but it is, well, you think of it as chocolate.
Oh, I'm gonna have to like fix this whole recipe here.
Yeah, I tell you what I think.
It's terrible?
No, I don't think it's terrible. I just think it needs a bit of sugar.
Well, no, you just said I couldn't add anything to it. All right, let's watch everybody.
I've got a great idea, which
Right.
is to add some honey.
But I already had that idea and you told me no. I was gonna add the chocolate with the
I'm sure
sugar
she didn't have that idea.
and a little bit
Anyway.
of vanilla. Oh, so
But
now
here
it's
we go,
okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
So this is finest Dorset honey with Julie's finger
Well, I did wash it.
helping out a little bit. I think a little bit more, because you know you can't really have too much delicious Dorset honey. Okay. And
All right,
right,
now.
how's that?
So this needs to harden though, that's the thing.
Yes, but we're going to harden it in these
I know.
trays, which are the things I'm getting ready now. So that.
No, it's already starting to harden.
Wait a minute.
This is great, this
She's
is great.
put chocolate in it.
No, I didn't.
You haven't?
That's all the spice, I didn't.
That's just the spice.
Yeah, let's taste it though.
Okay.
It's not gonna fit in that tray because we didn't put that much in. We didn't make that much.
Yeah, well, it'll fit fine.
It's actually really good.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's actually really. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really good.
Here we go. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to, don't look so horrified.
Okay.
And then we have to put
you
it
can't spread it around.
into, yes you can, because it's a very thin layer. What we're doing is we're creating bars. I know that you're all about balls with your jug balls, but this is about creating bars. And within here, I think we will have, oh look at it, it's really already solidifying. It's doing exactly what I hoped it would.
You have no idea. It's actually,
Sweetie.
like, I would buy this at a store.
What do you think?
No, I think it needs to,
There is the cake.
No.
No, it needs to set,
has to
obviously.
set.
Yeah, so we're going to put it in the fridge now.
yeah.
And then later
A
on,
lot of coconut oil.
we will come back. What about sprinkling some hundreds and thousands on the top?
I don't hundreds and
Do you
thousands.
not have hundreds and thousands in America?
No.
Every great cake has hundreds and thousands on the top.
I don't know what that
All
is.
the Brits watching this will know exactly what hundreds
I
and
don't know.
thousands are. Hundreds and thousands.
Stephen, Claire?
Oh yeah.
Yeah? Never ever heard of it.
Hundreds
See?
and thousands.
What are they?
Well, I might even have some.
What?
Yeah.
I don't have any hundreds.
Hundreds and
and
thousands.
thousands.
Hundreds and thousands. It's because there are hundreds and thousands of those little balls, the little sugary balls that you put on the top.
Okay.
Great. I think
All right.
let's not over-engineer it. Let's just leave it like that. Well done. Thank you. Thank you for being my sous chef, even though you took charge much too early, but that was expected.
I'm the one who made it taste good. I have just finished signing this month's patrons, and I'm just about to head to the post office. But, and I'm also just about to head in there and try King Charles II's lemon cake to see if it actually worked. But those of you who are patrons or become patrons, after 3 months, depending on what tier you sign up for, you get a photograph of Luke and I in front of Mapperton, and I hand sign all of them. I'll cover up this person's name, but I hand sign all of them with a little note with all the very best wishes. Viscount and Viscountess Hinchingbrook, but of course we really just go by Luke and Julie. That's why I put that smiley face there. So I'm just about to head to the post office, but I wanted to sneak into here, into the fridge, and actually try the King Charles II lemon cake now that it's set, and see if it's actually any good. Where is it? Okay, here it is. Oh, well, clearly somebody's liked it. I think my husband has actually been in here because he's obviously left me one bar just for me. It does, I mean, this looks amazing. It's a little slice of cake, I should say, but like I was saying, when I look at it, it looked like a little bar, but let me try this cake here. Okay, here we go. Now, when we licked kind of the bowl, it was good. Oh my gosh. I have to admit, this is absolutely delicious. think this is definitely more like an energy bar. So maybe we could sell these in the cafe and call them King Charles II's Energy Bar. I think we've got a real recipe here. King Charles II's Energy Bar.